Yeah, I fitted the air lines in my gas compartment. One to keep them out of the weather and easy access, so you're not bending down or getting under the motorhome to put air in. So I thought this was probably the easiest place to put it. I made a little bracket up, just put it inside the box there, and worked out pretty well. I drilled a couple of holes through the box there and did it over and under hole, so it kept the lines neat together. And also when you push the gas bottle back into position, it doesn't foul it, so you know, it keeps it right out of the road, neat and tidy, and it worked out quite well. Yeah, so I'll just get under the vehicle and just show you which where I put all the air lines and from side to side. So this is where they came through. Just drilled a hole same size as the lines, made it nice and neat, and with the protective coating it should be fine. Now the left hand side, obviously I put to the left hand side of the bracket as you look at it, so you know which is the left and right hand side of the vehicle when you're pumping it up. So this one, left hand side, just went along the chassis rail. Just followed the chassis wiring harness along, just cable tying, and as I went all the way along, then I did a loop. I did a soft loop on the handbrake cable with a heavy cable tie, just so it allows it to slide for any movement. And then I put the valve back through that way, so it's nice and protected back in through there. Yeah, so it allowed enough cable for movement and suspension. So that's the left hand side, as you can see, nice and neat. The only thing you've got to remember is too, when you're actually fitting these airbags, you've got to relocate that wiring harness, that main wiring harness that's in the road of the top bracket. You've actually got to just pull that bracket out that's on the wiring harness. It's got a Christmas tree fitting, and just re-drill another hole in the chassis and move it along and just relocate it. It's pretty easy to do. So as you can see, all that's just nice and neat, just following all that back along. Back along there. Sorry if it's shaking around, I'm under the vehicle moving around. Back into there. So now the right hand side again comes out of there. It went across the top of me to my wastewater tank. So it came across on top of my wastewater tank. I just cable tied it to the gas line, both sides, and then you wouldn't believe it, there was a hole straight through that chassis support there. So I went straight through the chassis support, down, again used a heavy cable tie with a soft loop, just to allow it to move for suspension movement, and now allowed enough loop there. A couple of really heavy cable ties on the back axle just to hold it support, and then basically straight in to the fitting under there. Yeah, so that worked out really well. So yeah, so as you can see there, plenty of room away from the exhaust. Kept it well away from the exhaust, so with it going through the chassis up there, enables it to do that. Keeps it well away from the exhaust and gives it that nice loop for movement as well. Okay, so as you can see, back up through there, through the chassis. Along the top there, and back over the top of the water tank. Okay, so that's about it. I hope that helps. At any rate, so